Hello, everyone. I'm Breezy, and I also have Siska here with me. And welcome back to the Light to Strong podcast. It's been a while since our first episode, which was released last year. And on that episode, we talked about the charts during that year, talking about the hottest songs that were trending at the time. But now we are going to get serious. We're about to dive headfirst into the history of the Billboard charts, which is the essence of this podcast in the first place. We want to go back in time to revisit some of the most iconic hits from years ago, talk about the charts in general, and rank our favorites and least favorites. So, in this episode, we will go back to the year 2007 and take a look at the year end Hot 100 charts that year. So, would you like to briefly describe the agenda for today's podcast, Siska?
Yes, so today we're gonna talk about the 2007 as previously mentioned. We're gonna talk about the overview of the charts, what's happening in the charts, and after we talk about the charts as a whole, we're gonna reveal our top 5 best and worst of the year that has to offer.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Um, so where are we gonna start? I mean, 2007. That was a different time. The mainstream charts have been kind of transitioning into its more clubby era. You know. What do you think about it?
I think like for me it's like 2007 is like uh, the year that is the definition of mixed bag because like you said like the transition and stuff like that, but I do believe that the quality of this chart is all over the place, especially like when you talk about the best and worst. Some of the songs that were like great are like one of the best of all time, but the bad one is like one of the worst of all time, if you catch my drift.
uh yeah. Definitely. I'm looking at the charts, and I'm just looking. Yeah. There are the ones that are very artsy and very critically acclaimed. I'm not gonna mention who because it'll spoil my chart, my list. I mean, but there are some others that are just club trash that are kind of forgotten at the time, forgotten by as time passed by. So, yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. There's gonna be a lot of mixed bags on here.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we gonna talk about first here?
Uh, let's talk about like I feel like we could go by genre per genre, but I feel like firstly, if you're gonna talk about 2007 or like the mid 2000 as a whole, we need to talk about Timbaland for a second here
Mm,
because
yes, definitely.
Timbaland is the man. Like if 2014 have DJ Mustard and in the year like in the mid to late 80s we got Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. um, we have Timbaland in the mid 2000, and yeah, I think like we can see why Timbaland has like such a big splash in like 2007 because of Justin
Uh,
Timberlake, of course. But like, of course, besides Justin Timberlake, he has like other stuff in there, and yeah, I think like the quality of his song is like very consistent. I feel like the only bad songs that were in the year end is probably AO Technology, but I think that's because 50 Cent just dragged it out. Like, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean you're right because Timbaland has been making some popular music before 2007. I mean, going back to the early 2000s, he's been working with the likes of Missy Elliott, and also I guess Gwen Stefani as well. Um, bu- but uh, but this year, I think this is the year where he is starting to pop off, as well as 2006, because that's where some of his most iconic hits got his has his name on the producer credits. I'm talking about the Justin Timberlake album. I'm talking about his solo songs as well that he released. Um, I mean, yeah, it's just been a really productive year. This has been, and talking about that 50 Cent song. I think that song's fine. it's just kind of a flop. That and the entire Curtis album. We all know the Curtis graduation feud that kind of fell flat on 50 Cent's face. That's kind of
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. I think like back then, it's like the landscape of rap is like very varied, like very different than it was now. It's like you are comparing like something that is like event worthy. That you know what I mean? Like you can compare like the this year's rap to like the 2007 one. It's like whoa, like the fact that songs like what is it called? The fact that
Crank that.
there's like a few to begin with. It's kind of interesting. It's just I don't know. It's like there's like different feelings to the rap music in the year 2000 that is like never unmatched before. Like yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling here, but like yeah, Timbaland is like really good addition to the charts. Certainly better than other trends that we come to see here on the year end.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so let's talk about how about we're talking about hip hop because this is a pretty dominant year for hip hop. I mean, it's always been from the previous years, but most of the hip hop on this list has been stuff that I have never heard of. That are just kind of forgotten by time, or I have never heard of. There's a silver lining. I mean, there's like a few highlights here and there, and one of them I will be talking about in my list. But most of them are just known as kind of a ringtone rap, bling era stuff that it's a product of its time and it doesn't really age all that well. And some of these artists I have never heard of as well. I mean, Mims, Onk. No one's been talking about these people anymore, man. Yeah.
Yeah, rap in like the 2000 can be like split into like two. The one that are like established and the other one who coasting off the trend. But this one is like the year 2007 was the peak for like the ringtone rap and stuff like that. And also, I feel like this year marked the first time that we see an internet viral hit becoming like a mainstream success. Like sure,
Mm.
the years before it we have like a lot of like viral hit, like you can call it like viral hit, but none more so than Soldier Boy. Yeah, I think if you're gonna talk about like the impact of 2007 as a whole, you can you can solely put Soldier Boy in that because his impact for like the years to come after 2007 was immense. Like the fact that this random nobody got a hit, got a number one hit for 7 weeks, just because like it is trending on the internet. Like I said, this is before uh the charts counting the streams for like YouTube, MySpace, or like other streaming sites that probably exist somewhere. I don't know, but like yeah, this is before that. This is like costing off the digital sales and radio. So yeah, uh, the impact of 2007 that is like the most prescient is definitely Soldier Boy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because if it weren't for Soldier Boy's impact, we wouldn't have trending dance trends that have been infecting the early 2010s like Gangnam Style and Harlem Shake and stuff like that. None of them would be the same if it weren't for Soldier Boy's Crank That. So yeah, I mean, hate on the song you want. You can't deny that this impact is just incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the I also like I want to like talk about like some of the like some of the outliers of like the ringtone rap. I think like if we want to rank like the best and the worst like ringtone rap, I think like Party Like a Rockstar is probably the best one, solely because like I think this song might have been like the turning point between like new metal and like the hyper pop that uses like those kind of like rap rock sound. That's kind of like the turning point. It's it's kind of like my theory because like I'm listening to like the sophomore album from like 100 Gex. It's like yeah, I think like
Oh, the
if
gigs.
if Party Like a Rockstar were like released today, it would have that much like cult following instead of like being forgotten.
People kind of forgot about that song, but it's a fun song. It's a fun song. Uh, it's not really that bad. um, okay, let's talk about rock music this chart because and this is interesting because beyond 2007, I haven't seen a lot of rock songs charting on the Billboard Year in Hot 100. And what do you think is the reason for that? Yeah.
So I think like the reason for why rock is declining, I think like it's pretty simple really. Back in like the 90s, a lot of rock radio are like listening to the same stuff. Like a metalhead knew about a Green Day song, for example, or like a Metallica, like or like a Green Day fans knew about like Pantera or something like that. In the year 2000, however, I think like the separation between like radio, like radio programmer about like what rock songs they want to play, kind of killed the song, kind of killed like the rock genre as a whole in the popularity. Like sure like the rock songs still charted here and there but like they weren't like big massive like radio smash like uh no doubt or like Green Day was because of like the separation of like rock radio. uh a lot of like charting hits this year are like a mishmash between like a different sets of genre. We got like emo, we got pop punk, we got post grunge. We even got like a funk rock as well. Different types of rock, but also like no no two people are like liking the same song. Like a metalhead doesn't like My Chemical Romance, for example, or uh, what is it? The great like the boys like girls fans doesn't like song from Foo Fighters, for example. Like that's why like the rock genre is like uh for like the the 2000s to 2010s decades are like waning in popularity.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it just kind of shows that I think with bands like My Chemical Romance and Fallout Boy is still dominating the charts during this year in 2006. It just kind of showed that they are some of the last major rock bands that actually that are actually still impacted the music world at large.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we'll say that 2000 like the mid 2000 rock music are like probably like some of the best rock music has to offer in the mainstream at least. Like the fact that the mid 2000 has like songs from like Gorillaz, for example, or like uh, My
Modest
Chemical
Mouse.
Romance, Green Day,
Uh,
Fallout Boy. Not to mention like looking at the rock charts as well. I highly recommend everyone to watch the Crash Thompson's top 10 worst hit songs of 2000, top 10 worst rock hits of 2006 because it has like it talks about like how 2006 and 2007 were like great year for rock music because of like the variety of it and also like uh yeah it's just like good rock music. What else can I tell?
yeah, it really is like the last breath of amazing and popular and impactful rock music back then. Uh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I think like rock. It's just like the the myth of like rock music in the 2000 is still like lingering because like I was like listening to like pop music when I was like uh I think like I was like 6 or 7, and like a lot of these songs that I listen in the year end are like uh, are played in like the football or like the sports channel, like montages. And I grew up with this thing, and like it hits like it hits
oh
differently like
yeah,
rock music than today. Yeah,
yeah,
like
it
yeah,
really
yeah, I guess like
really
it's like
is.
childhood blindness, I guess, but still like some of these songs hold up, as you can see, like the best stuff that I'm gonna show.
Most of the songs that got me really nostalgic are the ones that I listen to the most on the radio. You know, I listen to stuff that were on the early 2010s, maybe late 2000s, and those were the ones that stick with me the most.
Yeah. Also, like, if you wanna look at like how rock music like are like very much separated from one another, I think like you should check out the UK charts again, because like I don't think like Arctic Monkeys have like that much of following in America, and yet they were huge in
Oh yeah,
England, huge in UK.
yeah, yeah. There was a MySpace effect because Arctic Monkeys, because the bands just because the fans spread their music around in the MySpace, and it got popular at the end of the day. That's why they're
Yeah.
just popular. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 of course. And yeah, of course, like, this year, like, we have like MySpace to like, also like dictate like how internet played a role in pop music, because like I think like 2007, the 2002, 2007 really like, showed how the internet like the internet role in music as a whole just cemented itself, because I think like in the end of 2007 we get Radiohead in Rainbows, and that album was only placed in like a website, and you can buy the
Yeah.
album with like with like
You,
a certain like with a free
you can
amount of music, like
yeah, you can basically just give the money wherever you want, from ranging like from free to like or whatever you want. It's basic. You can like donate $100 there. It's basically like, you can just download it for free, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also like some bad stuff about like how internet like screwed up the the fair use one, like the copyright system as well, with like Prince and like Viacom trying to like remove a lot of like a lot of his song, like a lot of Nickelodeon stuff on the YouTube or like other internet sites. So yeah, 2007 really is like the year that internet really cemented itself.
Oh yeah, definitely. The copyrights are getting more and more strict because YouTube at that time was pretty it's pretty simple. Like it was just a small website, and people were still able to upload illegal, not illegal, but copyrighted songs there. And
I
it's
mean
not as
like
strict nowadays.
yeah, also like back in my day, to those that is like young Zoomer and John Alpha, YouTube is not the only like video sites that was available at that time. I mean like if you look like behind like beyond Vimeo and Dailymotion, you have Meta Cafe, if you know about that one.
No,
uh,
I didn't use YouTube before 2013, 2014, so I have never
well, yeah,
gone there.
I used YouTube when I was like uh 9 or 10, so basically like 29 2009 2010s.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Those ones start. Yeah. So what else are we gonna talk about here on the
I think
charts?
like I feel like we gonna talk about some stuff that is like major. I mean, like if you look at the year end for like 2023 compared to like the year end of like the 2007, we have like one tiny little teeny weeny detail that we talk about in that there is barely any country music in 2007.
Oh my, oh my, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. There's
there's only two country songs
yeah,
on on the
Carrie
UN.
Underwood. There's Carrie Underwood on here.
Yeah, there's Carrie Underwood before he cheats, and the debut of Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a really funny detail. Like I was looking at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
year
this
end
is
the
the
Hot 100
first.
charts, and I was like looking at Taylor Swift at like like the bottom end of the list. I was like, wow,
Yeah, this is the first
she's
Taylor
really low.
Swift on the year end. First Taylor Swift
Yeah.
appearance on the year end. I feel like since then, she hasn't been absent to like any year end lists, if I remember. So yeah,
Not even 2008. Not even 2008
2008
because
is no 2008 have Love Story.
oh yeah, love story. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the rain start here. So from here to Era stores, yeah.
You can you can just you can pinpoint the year 2007 as like a impactful like a really important year for Taylor
Yeah,
that
again,
began her
like
career.
2007 really is that like that much of like underrated, most important year for like pop music because everything like
Yeah.
in regards to like internet and stuff like that happened this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Many things are just really really noteworthy from this year.
Uh, I think like we should talk about the what's number one there. Irreplaceable
Number
by
one,
Beyonce. Yeah, the I think like
Beyonce's irreplaceable. Yeah.
yeah I think like
Look, I think the song. It's not my favorite. It hasn't been my favorite Beyonce song. Like it's not really Beyonce song I've returned to. Really, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think it blows me away or
yeah,
anything.
I think like it's fine, but like it's kind of wild that yeah, sure, like Beyonce should have like the Billboard number one year end, but like this song, like I guess so, like back in like 2007, but like when I think about Beyonce now, I think about like this towering goddess of like a lot of like importance, but like the biggest hit song of her career are like just a random R&B pop song about like stuff that Beyonce has talked about since like the 2000 the like the year 2000.
I mean, look, I mean, look, that has been her career in the 2000s. Like for the most part, she's been with the Destiny's Child before that. Has some major hits with them, and also, her she has her breakout hit with Jay Z and Crazy in Love. And then after that, she consistently keeps releasing hit after hit after that, and yeah, and at the end of 2000, the 2000s, that's where she began her, boastful, feminine, Beyonce type of era, with us all the single ladies, and what else? Who Run the World, Girls, that one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that one. And also like out of nowhere dropping her album in 2014. Don't forget about that one. No,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
2013. I had
2014.
2013. Yeah.
Yeah, 2000, at the end of 2013. Many people confused that 2014. It was like the end of 2013.
Yeah. She's like trailblazer in like the surprise drop album.
Well, the surprise drop album isn't really uncommon these days, but back then it was pretty surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I feel like looking at like the outliers from like this year. I feel like If I want to talk about others, I think like it's probably like Eminem because like now I feel like there's only one Eminem like stuff in here, and he was the feature on Smack That I think.
If you're
This is
into
yeah I
like
think like yeah this is like in between like encore like
encore and
yeah
relapse era,
yeah yeah
he's been pretty struggling with his mental health at that time. A lot of ink has been spilled about that. And relapse basically is his comeback album, like what, a couple of years down the road. So yeah, he's been pretty inactive during this time.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, I feel like the other thing that I want to talk about here is like oh yeah you have listened to the year end like one like the whole way through, right?
I only listen to the ones I don't know if I listened to all the way through, but I've listened to at least 80 or 90% of that. Yeah.
Okay, so did you listen to Here in Your Arms by Hello Goodbye?
Here in Your Arms by Hello Goodbye. I haven't made a note of that. I haven't made a note of that. What's up with that song?
I feel like this song is like really unique in that I feel like this song could be seen as like a proto Owl City. Well, like it's like one of those songs that like if you listen to it, it's just stuck with you. Even though like it is not good or not bad, it's just stuck with you in how weird it is. Because this song is like half auto tune, but also like it has those like the mid to late 2000 like the adult alternative stuff, but also it has like a really cool like organ melody. It's like it's so weird. Like you should listen to it again. Like it's it's just it's just something that really just like really uh kind of like it exists, sure, but like you gotta get like reminded to it, you know.
um, when people, I don't think I listened to a snippet of the song just earlier when you're talking about it, and I was like, it's kind of like the middle ground between the Postal Service and Owl City. So like, if Postal Service made a song just like that, the indie and with boyish vocals and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
it is a pretty odd outlier. It's something that I would expect in like the 2010s. Those Fireflies esque Fireflies, or Owl City song that gives that vibe. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that, how that's got popular.
Yeah. Uh, so the other thing that I want to talk about here is, let me see. I think I'm gonna talk about like, oh yeah, Amy Winehouse has a pretty great year this year. Even
Oh
though
yeah.
even though she only notches like one year-end hit, in UK she's like huge, very huge.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
and also like
She,
another influential act in that she's like one of the few people that uses like the old drop like old like
traditional soul sound in her music.
yeah, like a
Yeah,
throwback.
without Amy Winehouse being popular, I don't even know if Adele will be as popular as she will be in the 2010s. You know.
Yeah, also like she has like big hit with Mark Ronson, and with Mark Ronson like after like no she unfortunately died in like the year 2011. God rest his soul. God rest her soul. The tribute was made by who is it? Bruno Mars, and then after that Bruno Mars made the song with uh Mark Ronson, and boom, you got Uptown Funk, the biggest hit
Uptown
songs
Funk.
of the decade.
So, so that's a tribute to Amy Winehouse. That one, I didn't even
No,
know
no,
that.
no, no. I mean, like, Bruno Mars, sang a cover of Valerie. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, Valerie. Yeah, when she passed
oh,
away. Yeah. Yep.
that's very heartwarming. That's very heartwarming.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
that was something that was really influential. For yeah.
yeah, I mean 2007. I mean, not a lot of people are talking about how influential this year has been. Um,
Yeah.
sure,
I feel
sure,
like
it still has like,
yeah,
sure, it still has plenty of.
2006. Yeah, 2006, 2007 are like the most influential one.
Mm-hmm. Um, so are we gonna uh continue with talk about the charts, or are we gonna switch to the favorites and least favorites?
I'm gonna talk about there's this account called Talk of the Charts where they predicted year end the charts for the week or something like that. They made a list of the list of songs that basically the hot 100 year ends have like the duplicate songs, so like a song from the last year is gonna appear on this year or something like that. So like take for example Sexy Back, which was like a hit in 2006 but also appeared in the 2007. So
Oh,
because of because of those duplicates, there's a lot of songs that didn't make the cut because they were being ousted
yeah,
by the duplicates from last year. So
yeah, exactly. I didn't include "Sexy Back." I didn't include other songs that were from last year. What are the songs that have been from last
s-
year? I forgot.
so yeah, here are the songs that are being cut off by the duplicates from the 2007 year end. We got Avril Lavigne, When You're Gone, Akon, Sorry, Blame It On Me, Fantasia, When I See You, Youngberg featuring Junior, Sexy Lady, Cat DeLuna and Elephant Man, Wind Up, Big and Rich, Lost in the Moment, Neo, Do You, T.I., Top Back, Kenny Chesney, Never Wanted Nothing More, Sean Kingston, Me Love, Down aka Kilo, Lean Like a Cholo, and Brad Paisley, Ticks. So yeah, if you're wondering why is there like only two country songs in in the 2007 year end, this is why.
yeah, there has been like so many. There has been like very few country songs on here, and definitely it's because of the duplicates, which is kind of a
Yep.
shame because I mean this has been a problem with many Billboard charts, even nowadays, where songs from last year, because it still got popular, also appeared towards this year. Uh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I feel like we should talk about the charts again. What do you want to talk about? If you have something interesting in mind.
Um. So, uh, let's talk about some of the most popular artists, some of the most prominent artists that appeared on this chart.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean
Sure.
T Pain. Let's talk about T Pain because
Oh
he
yeah,
is
my favorite Twitch streamer.
absolutely. He's still releasing music, right? He's released a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
of
I know,
War
but
Pigs. He released a couple of War
I know.
Pigs that are so good,
Yeah.
like last year. Um, yeah, I mean, look, T Pain has been killing it in the 2000s. He has a feature with Akon. He has a feature with Gwen Stefani. He has so many hit songs on here. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. We'll see what'll end up on the list. Uh, yeah, I mean, T Pain has been killing it. I mean, he's also one of the few artists on the mainstream music that knows how to use autotune. Like he's the one that is very capable of using autotune to his strength, and essentially becomes his iconic traits musically.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. Yeah. So looking at the artists that are popular, like I I think like I think we need to like have like a conversation about Nelly Furtado because she's like very huge in like the mid to late 2000 until like she's she's just like disappear. I think like the last charting song of her that became a hit was Hula Hoop, and also the song Hula Hoop become like like inexcusably don't cut this part, cut this part. Inexplicably become like a hit in like the 2022, I think, when a remix of it became popular in the UK. So yeah, I think we should talk about Nelly Furtado because like the legacy of her is kind of like I don't know. It's like I think like should be a conversation about Nelly Furtado, but also at the same time it's like yeah, like she's cool and all, but like there's Shakira. there, like what the Nelly Furtado did, Shakira I think like did it like better in my opinion.
Look, I mean, Nelly Furtado has been kind of a one album wonder. She has been, besides all the hits, and maybe some songs with Timbaland, I don't think she has like the longevity to make her a real pop star, in my opinion. Beyond this year,
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. So another artist that is like popular today, like this year, 2007, is Nickelback.
Nickelback, yeah. I mean, Nickelback has been absolutely popular and absolutely hated for thousands. But I'd rather just talk about it when we got into my list because I have
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
sure, 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 sure. The other one that is like, well, there's like Justin Timberlake, Akon, Pink. Uh,
Fergie. There's also Fergie. Fergie has
oh yeah,
a lot of
Fergie.
songs
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
also, I forgot, I forgot the big hit that didn't make the year end, and it doesn't even like on the duplicate stuff. "Give Me More" by Britney Spears, one of the best hit songs of
Give
all
me
time. Like,
more.
yeah, "Give Me More,"
You're
"Give Me
right.
More." The
What
blackout
happened?
era, the blackout era. I think like it's caught between year, but yeah, the blackout era, Britney Spears was like the most underrated Britney Spears era. Like the fact that her worst songs, "Piece of Me," is like decent. It's kind of a testament to like how great the album was, and also like how underutilized actually it is. Like the only hit was "Piece of Me." That's it.
Huh.
Yeah,
That is so odd. I have no idea. I mean,
yeah.
look. This is also the same chart that didn't include Toxic in like the top 10 of like the year 2004. So I'm not really all that surprised.
But yeah, "Give Me More" is like one of her best songs ever, in my opinion. Like the fact that the fact that yeah, sure, like the songs came from like a tragedy or something like that, because like she was like in the era of like she was bullied, she was like being in a conservatorship. I think it was this year or like the next one, but yeah, she was like being abused, being like manipulated and stuff like that, and the fact that she came out with that is just uh queen shit right there, queen shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is a really big moment. Really big moment. Really
Yeah.
notable one as well.
So yeah, I think that's should be covering the 2007. I don't know, like
Yeah.
if you want to talk about something, the like from this year end that maybe like caught your eye and thing that we haven't talked about. Um.
Uh, yeah. I mean that pretty much like covers the 2007. That was already pretty in depth.
Oh, actually, I want to talk about. I know it's like this style of sound only came out in like 2007, 2006 or 2005, but Ti
Oh yeah,
the like
Ti. Yeah.
yeah yeah
Ti on
this is
Ti only had Ti only had more popular hit songs in the next year though.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
still, like the this year also it bubbling the sound of trap music, trap rap music. So yeah, I just I just realized that TI is here. So yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say about this year. Uh, yeah.
Okay. So I guess now we can talk about our top five favorite songs of this entire this year from the charts, and our least favorites. So are we gonna talk about our least favorite first?
Yeah, sure, why not? Uh,
I have a few honorable mentions. Just to start things off, um, I have I have Akon Smack That. That I think the song's really repetitive, and even as a child, I didn't really like it all that much. I mean, I haven't. I'm not really a fan of many Icon songs from this era, to be honest. Um, I also have Rihanna and Sean Paul Break It Off. Like, I just think Sean Paul is really obnoxious on the song. And also Daughtries is not over. This is kind of another song that kind of signifies how uninspired this post grunge thing has been going on for years. And yeah, besides Nick, I'd rather listen to Nickelback than listen to knockoffs of Nickelback. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, let me show you your top five then.
Okay. Me first or you first? Um,
I think yeah, sure. I think I'm gonna do first because again the worst of 2007 to me is one of the all time stinkers, but also it's I think talking about the worst stuff from the year 2000 until maybe 2012 was you can make the worst song of the year by purely how shit it sounds, you know. So yeah, my number five is Rockstar by Nickelback. I feel like we know why it is one of the
ah,
worst of the year. Uh,
yeah.
basically this song solidified Nickelback um they are they feel like they are too big to fail or something like that. But also it also signifies the downfall of the Nickelback empire because after this 2009 they have a few a few hits, but not as big as their mid 2000 early 2000s stuff. So yeah, number four, Kiss Kiss by Chris Brown featuring T-Pain. uh I feel people kind of forget that even though Chris Brown is a shitty human being, that I feel some people do forget that yes, he is also shit at making music. And this song is very much obnoxious, very much boring, just nasty little song. I don't know. It's the production here doesn't age well. The fact that it has the freaking trucker radio thing that was only popular in 2004. I'm we don't need that back even in 2007. All right, and yeah, that's definitely one of the worst Chris Brown songs. At number three, I have "We Fly High" by Jim Jones. Uh, the worst ringtone rap song of the year is not even close. The fact that the atonal sound is kind of clipping the whole song is kind of irritating, and also the fact that Jim Jones later on would make the best song of all time, "Pop Champagne." Yo.
I love no I don't love Pop Chart. I find it a very entertaining song. I mean, Eater Boy, like that guy. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh
It
yeah,
just made me. It's one of those songs that is so bad that it's actually like worth revisiting. Like I saw the
yes.
song on the Rate Your Music website, and it has experimental hip hop tagged onto the song. I find it
By
so
the way,
funny.
that song was a year-end hit in 2008 9. I think we should cover
Oh yeah,
2009 soon.
yeah. That is a very interesting idea for the next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. So number two, I wanna F You by Akon featuring Snoop Dogg. I think like Sean Fay Wolf from Taiwan X Studio said it best. I feel like the fact that you see Snoop Dogg in this way is like seeing your parents cry for the first time. It's like it doesn't like his charm is like dissipate here, and like you see him like flailing and stuff like that. It's like, uh, no, no, please no.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
certainly unpleasant.
Yeah. So yeah. My number one worst hit song of the year is "Better Than Me" by Hinder. This is the worst version of "Lift of an Angel," and it's not even close. The production is uglier. The lyrics are uglier. The vocals are uglier. It's just an ugly type of tune that solidify, like that's like simplify, like embodies the attitude towards women in like rock music in the decade, like in the mid 2000s, like very much misogynist, very much not caring about women at all, and like very much macho posturing. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
worst hit song of
yeah
2007.
yeah. I think that kind of signifies how like a very not woman friendly this decade for rap has been. I mean, so many male rappers, and this is an era before Nicki made her breakthrough moment in like the early 2010s.
Well, like also rock music as well before Paramore. Oh wait, I feel like
Yeah.
oh yeah, whoops. There is no Paramore in this year, and god damn it,
Oh yeah, the Paramore. Yeah. No
there is
misery
no Paramore.
business. No misery
Misery business.
business. No
That's
hits
what
like
you
that.
get. Crush, crush, crush.
Oh
Oh
my
my god.
god.
Oh god. Oh god. I just realized that there's no Paramore in here. I'm kind of bad about that one.
Yeah, that was such a popular song. I was so surprised. But again, there are so many songs that are not in the Billboard charts, but are really more iconic than many songs that did chart on the Billboard charts. So yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep. Yep. Yep.
guess.
Yep. So yeah. Let's see your words.
Okay. Okay. First, so at number five we have Plain White Tees, Hey There, Delilah. I
Okay. This is
some people.
kind of like this is like my first disagreement.
Yeah,
Because I feel like,
I
hey
don't
there.
know if this is a hot take or not. Some people like it, some people
I,
hate it. I'm kind of in the hate side of things because I think this song is just one of those songs just like what is this? Simple Plans Untitled. The song just reminds me of Simple Plans Untitled with how sentimental it is,
no.
with how
I don't.
whiny the
I don't
vocals
think
are.
I don't think that it's I don't think it's like I don't think that's like what the song is all about, to me at least. Like this song is like for me it's like it's not really a breakup song, it's just a song that you make when you are like away, I think. uh from the lyrics, I mean. And also like it's kind of cute seeing like pop rock, like pop punk band like Plain White Tees playing in this sort of sound, and it like became like their biggest song of their careers. Plain White Tees is like a pop punk, by the way. Uh, that
Oh, really?
decided to make like yeah, they decided to make like a guitar ballad. It's kind of cute.
Oh, this is basically just like when Green Day made Good Riddance. I see where you're
Yeah,
going. Okay,
yeah.
it's one of those songs. It's one of those songs. Okay, at number four we have Akon's "I Wanna Love You." You also put it in your list. I mean, Akon is one again. Akon is one of the most prominent artists this year. I'm never a fan of his whiny vocals, like near chipmunk vocals. I just, even as a child that used to love so many late 2000s hit songs on the radio, I could never stand Akon. And this song is a prime example of why I think that way, because hearing Akon says to us listeners bluntly that he wants to, freak you, makes me uncomfortable. Like, the instrumental is also cheap and bland. The Snoop Dogg feature it's just a pretty bad song, at number three, I have Onk's "Walk It Out." You have Jim Jones' song as your worst. I have this Onk song as your worst, as my worst hip hop song of this year. The thousands is in a strange place for repetitive hip hop songs uh, that sometimes I can give a pass, like Crank That or This Is Why I'm Hot. That song's fine. I mean, I don't really mind that song all that much. But the worst offender of these ringtone rap songs is Walk It Out, because the hook is so repetitive, but not in the way that's entertaining, like, again, This Is Why I'm Hot, but it's just kind of annoying. It's kind of like the equivalent of Gucci Gang of the 2000s. And I mean, this is why Onk never had a serious rapping career after this. Uh, okay, at number two, I have Nickelback's "Rockstar," just like that. I don't think there needs to be an in-depth explanation on why they are one of the most hated bands out there. This song is definitely the one that gets brought up the most when people are talking about how bad Nickelback are. I mean, the generic post-grunge stuff they have been churning out has always sounded generic, and Chad Kroger sounds annoying as usual. But this song is well known for its lyrics about a satirical portrayal of how being a rock star can come with its own downfalls. Chad sings about how Hollywood stars being fake and all this stuff, but like Nickelback does the same thing, so they come out as hypocrites in this song. you know. Um, and number one, believe it or not, I also have a Hinder song on here, but it's the original "Lips of an Angel." Yeah. So you thought Nickelback was bad? Yeah. I absolutely dislike Nickelback wannabes more than Nickelback themselves. Like, the vocals are so gross, they make me want to vomit. And the melodrama is just unbearable. Like, I usually ironically enjoy hard rocking ballads like these as a joke, like Aerosmith's "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing," but this isn't even funny to be made fun of. It's just a hot pile of garbage. And yeah, that's my least favorites for this year,
Mm.
essentially.
So yeah, so that was like the worst stuff. It was like gross, icky, badly produced, badly written stuff. But now let's go to like the best stuff. The best stuff of this year are like just the best of the best, like the S tier of like pop music. So I'm gonna start with my like best list again. Uh, Number five is Face Down by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. This song is like the antithesis of like why like pop rock, pop punk, stuff like that getting like a bad rap. This song is like very much different from all of those. It's like the first song on the year end. I feel like it's just like the impact of this song. The fact that a Christian band of all people, a Christian band, made this song about like tackling domestic abuse at such nuanced take in this. It's really admirable. Also, check out the Todd videos about this song on the One Hit Wonderland.
Oh,
Number
yeah, yeah, yeah.
four.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you this song. Number four, Rehab by Amy Winehouse. We talk about Amy Winehouse, but like the fact that this song kickstart, this song and also like Crazy kickstart like the retro craze of like that we got till this day. Like we still have like a lot of retro stuff that is like from the 80s, from the like the 70s, stuff like that. Yeah. Number three is Makes Me Wonder by Maroon 5. Uh, the fact that Maroon 5 just decided, oh, you know what, let's make the best song of our career, and voila, it makes me wonder. Uh,
Yeah.
it's like it hits the perfect formula for like the best song, for Maroon 5 ethos. Number two is Say It Right by Nelly Furtado, the best Timbaland beats ever. No need to, no need to ask more question about it. So number one is Welcome to the Black Parade. There is nothing like there's like handful of like songs that are just gigantic. That is bombastic. That it has to be a hit because of that. And this song is one of them.
Yes. It's such an iconic song. Um, I guess yeah, very very. There are some really good songs on this list. Um, the thing about my list is that I'm just including the songs that I myself see as pure hits. Like people know MCR and Amy Winehouse are acclaimed artists and bands, so I'm just focusing primarily on acts that aren't as critically praised but are still massively popular, and you'll see who I'm talking about while I'm going through the list. Um, I'm just gonna start with my honorable mention. I have Fergie and Will I Am with Fergalicious. I mean, the production on that song is insane. It's so chaotic. It's just, I'm still in awe of it, and I find myself playing that song like just for fun. It's such a fun song.
What's the performance of this song at the Billboard Music Awards? It's chaotic.
I should watch that. I should watch that when after this. Uh, and then I have Timbaland, the way I are. I mean, the production on that song is very futuristic. It's basically kind of like AO technology, but like more well assembled. I would say. And then we have "Give It to Me," of course, very iconic for its
Skibidi toilet.
skibidi toilet. Yeah, I will never hear that song in the same way again, unfortunately. We have Snow Patrol's "Chasing Cars," one of the most popular rock songs from this year. And finally, I have T Pain's "Bartender" with Akon. I think this is my favorite T Pain hit of this year. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with my top five favorite songs from this chart. I have Rich Boy's "Throw Some D's" on number five. So this is a really interesting hip hop song to make it into a hit because I thought it was going to be another one of those ringtone rap songs, but no, it's not. It's an incredibly fun and triumphant banger from this rapper that I had never heard before. The beat is really smooth and groovy. It's not repetitive like most of the hip hop songs that chart this year, and the song is filled with plenty of clever rhyme patterns. Like most of these rappers are just coasting in and out with just materialistic bars and stuff. But Rich Boy actually does rap pretty well on this song. Like the song might not be that deep, but it's just a fun song that you can bump while you're having a car ride through the city. Um, or at number four, I also have Maroon 5's "Makes Me Wonder." I mean, it's really funny. There was a time that Maroon 5 made legitimately enjoyable music with this song and other old hits like "This Love" and "Sunday Morning." Uh, but yeah, uh, but yeah, my favorite part is the funky groove coming out of the drums and guitar riffs. It's almost as if the band's members, other than Adam Levine, were actually exist. They actually existed to make a song, unlike so many of their disposable hits in the 2010s. And the structure of the song is impeccable as well. The pre-chorus, the chorus, the bridge, they all absolutely pop off. Never have I thought I would praise the band for making a good bridge, but here we are. And what's interesting is that did you know the lyrics make a subtle nod to the Iraq War? Did you know that? Did you know about that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, because you won't come to that conclusion at first because the song does read as your typical love song from the surface. But apparently, this song is also about Levine's confusion about the political state of the ongoing Iraq War at the time, with lines like "Give me something to believe in, because I don't believe you anymore." So, a pretty interesting lore, but ultimately, it's just a really good song at the end of the day. It's kind of a reminder of what could have been if Adam Levine didn't sell the band's soul out a few years down the road. I mean, Maroon Five would kind of be a flop if they continued down the road. Or maybe they're not, but it is what it is. At number three, I have Fallout Boy. Thanks for the memories. I mean, when it comes to big operatic like emo pop punks with the likes of MCR, Panic at the Disco, and in this case Fallout Boy, I think this song is kind of big. Again, I would again I think MCR's "Welcome to the Black Parade" is a better song, of course, but again, I'm just including this song because I love it. I absolutely love it. A great chorus, a great sentiment in the lyrics, very operatic and energetic performance. A truly fantastic song material for the AMVs for music videos, and a great song overall as well. So, yeah. At number two, I have Justin Timberlake's "What Goes Around Comes Around." This is probably my favorite song from the Future Sex Love Sounds. JT and Timbaland are the power duo of the 2000s. There's definitely no question about it. And this song represents the peak of their power. I mean, we're talking about a multi-phase song being this popular. I mean, that's a massive achievement. The chorus is legendary. The guitar lick on the intro is iconic, and the transition into the second part is amazing. The B search is insane. The string section is insane. It's just an insane song. uh, Truly a standout in JT's entire discography. And finally, at my number one, my favorite hit of this year, I have Nelly Furtado's "Say It Right." What an incredible song this is! This is one of my favorite R&B songs of the 2000s, hands down. It's a perfect representation of the best hit songs of the decade because it has Timbaland on the beat and all that stuff. But it's pushed a little further. I mean, what else can I say about the instrumental on this song? The atmosphere is truly out of this world. And for my money, this is the best Timbaland production I've heard in any song ever. Like, any song ever. And Nelly's vocals are not only catchy, but also bring a magical vibe in a way. It's such a surreal and just beautiful song that and not a lot of pop hits can match it. Not this year, not this era, not this decade. So yeah, those are my favorites.
Nice, 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 nice. So, in conclusion, 2007 was like a pretty mixed bag year, but overall, like one of the most important years. I feel like this and also 2006 were like the important years for like the formation of like what's to come in the year, like the like 2010s as a whole. Like the fact that they have like the internet has like big role in the charts, and also like we have viral hits as well. We have the rise of like the nostalgia boom, like with the Amy Winehouse, and also how you like distribute your music as well, like with the In Rainbows and stuff like that. Even though it's not the year on the year end, but it is like really interesting to see like
Yeah, it
how
has
the
a lot
internet.
of
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. This year has a lot of massive impact that shaped the music to come. So yeah, shout out to 2007.
Yep, yep. Also, like, fun fact, uh I actually like was like part in like a podcast group when I was like when like in like around 2015 2016. uh if any of you viewers know about the most inessential podcasts on the internet, if you know that, please comment it below, because I used to be part of that, and
Ooh.
we used to have uh, a breakdown of like the 2009 year end. But since then, because of the whole of the, a lot of drama, a lot of cancellation, Twitter back in like 2016, 17, 18, stuff like
Oh,
that.
that was a
It
long
got
time ago.
disbanded. It got disbanded.
Yeah, that was
So
a
yeah.
long time ago. So yeah,
So yeah, if y'all
interesting.
watch, yeah, if y'all watch that podcast, or like new music, I think like new music something, enemy, not enemy, like what is that? New Music Republic. That also like the other podcast. That was, and also like stuff like that, like the music charts and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section, please. I really appreciate it if you uh
Yes,
remember that part. Yeah.
yes. Very, very nice. So I guess that's it for this episode. Uh,
Uh,
is
yeah.
there anything else you want to add, or
I mean, like, if you want to, like, we could talk about like other year in church that aren't from like the 2000. I feel like,
yeah?
if you want to, we could like talk about, uh, I mean, we'll see. Like, we could talk about like the infamous bad year for pop music, and we'll see
Oh,
like if we can find the diamonds in the rough.
very, yeah. That would be very interesting because this year has been a mixed bag. Maybe we can look at the more positive year. Maybe we can look at a more negative year. So that'll be
I
like
think
a
it, I think like
balanced
I
formula.
feel like for like right now, I think like negative year is gonna be good. I feel like
Yes, yes.
okay, actually, if you want to, like, we can make a vote on it. So, comment, like, comment, not comment, like, just, uh, like, comment if you like something, like, just like, the bad year for pop music, like 1974, 1989, 1990, uh, the year of 2001, or 1962. We can talk about those.
Nice. Yes, that is a really good idea. We'll see later.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it for this week's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure to comment uh, which year should we cover in the next episode. Yeah. So,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
don't forget to support my channel. Don't forget to follow Siska as well. Great person. Follow her on Twitter. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you. Hopefully, we talk about like a bad year. I want to like air out stuff about like freaking Billy Vanilli or something like that, because like
Oh, Milli
it
Vanilli stuff.
fascinates me.
Yeah.
It fascinates me about like the late 90s, the late 80s is like such a backwash of like the year. It's such a backwash of like era. It's just so crazy how bad it sounded. Like, jeez.
Yeah. Definitely some bad contenders there. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening again. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.